Alright guys, so I talked a little bit about elbow pain the other day. Today I'd like to talk about shoulder pain. So we end up in these bad posture positions a lot. Sometimes it's facilitated by exercising incorrectly or exercising the wrong way, or maybe an accident. Maybe we get in a car accident or something like that. Some people who play football end up with their shoulder ends up dropping because they have issues with their acromioclavicular ligament. They take a hit, and the clavicle right here comes into, it hooks into the scapula. The scapula comes over, it has this little hook on it called the acromion process. The clavicle connects to that, and then the humerus is the arm, and it sits in the labrum. So we have all these things going on right here. There's a little bump right here, you can actually feel it. Sometimes when you take a hit in football, you see the guy's shoulder drop, and his shoulder basically had just dislocated. That's not the type of injury that I can help you prevent, but you can always get better, stronger shoulders. A lot of CrossFitters will use a program called Crossover Symmetry, and it's a really good program. My friend ended up using it. He had tore his pec, and he ended up with some asymmetries. He was in a sling and tried to compensate with this arm and keep both of his shoulders even. And actually, when he got done with surgery, this shoulder was forward and down, and this shoulder was up and back. So you can create asymmetries that way, and you can also correct them using something like crossover symmetry. If you do start doing the exercises, you have to make sure you do them with proper form. A lot of people will start doing like the external rotation. We hear external rotation is good for the back of the shoulder, building up some of those muscles. We have 4 tendons that sort of hold the shoulder back where it's supposed to be in the socket, and that's basically all we've got besides the labrum itself, which is very small. It doesn't go in as far as the hip joint does because it's more mobile. It's a more mobile joint. It moves around a lot more. You can do a lot of things with your shoulder. So those are things we don't think about. We need to work on our posture, pull our shoulders back and down, and there's a good program called Iron Scap too that also comes out of that crossover symmetry program. I'll put both of those links below this video. So if you're having shoulder issues and you would like to correct some of the asymmetries that you have, I'm going to put the links below. You should check out those URLs, copy and paste them into Google. Check out those programs and maybe invest in one of those. If you don't have the money and you have bands, I know that you can type in Iron Scap or crossover symmetry program in Google Images, and you can probably find the program on there, but you're not going to get the set of bands that they recommend that you get, and you're not going to have as nice a setup or explanations for the exercises and that sort of thing. Also, video record yourself. If you can't video record yourself, have a friend do it, have a friend watch your form. Make sure that you're keeping your shoulders back and down with all of the exercises that you do. Some of the crossover symmetry ones get kind of rough, especially when you get overhead. You want to make sure that you're engaging your lats, you're engaging your serratus. Everything in here is getting tight. You're using your wings, you're keeping your body closer. When you think about the center of your body, you want to keep your limbs as close to your body as possible. When your arms get out and away from you, it's when you get hurt. Much like when you get your elbow out and away from your body, that's when you end up start having elbow problems. When you get, for instance, when you're lifting something from the ground, when you keep your shoulders back and down, you run a lot less risk when you go to lift something of pulling your shoulders forward. So that's my advice for you guys on shoulders, things that you can do for your shoulders. Of course, there's always stretching. There's a lot of really great stretching you can do, especially with some of the TRX stuff they're coming out with now. I haven't done a whole lot of it, but we do use some of it in the gym that I work at. There's a lot of good yoga stuff. Yoga's great. Also, using the Bioenergetics tool I showed you before. If you haven't seen a Bioenergetics tool, don't know what it is, look up Elliot Hulse's video on the Bioenergetics tool. Check that out. That's going to help you get better thoracic mobility. It's going to help you get that shoulders back and down type posture. Also, foam rolling, using the lacrosse balls to get out some of those areas that are weak or some of those areas that are sore. Just underneath the shoulder blade, if you have a single lacrosse ball, you want to move your arm up and down over your head. just to get some motion into your lats, in behind your shoulders, fix some of those immobility problems, those stiffness problems. Alright, that's all I've got for you. If you have any questions, you have anything that you'd like me to cover, please send me a question. Send me your questions. Send me an email at tonydavidmoore@gmail.com. You can send me a message on Messenger on Facebook. Like my Facebook page. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Both the links are also below this video. Thanks for watching my videos, and stay tuned for more of Tony's Tips.